Yeah, morning all. So myself, I'm Vijay. I hold nearly 17 plus years of experience, which includes nearly 8 plus years of experience in Python environment. So my experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, right? So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
Yes, it's
Yes.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Voice and audio and video are clear, sir.
Fine, thank
Yeah,
you.
okay, thank you.
So as part of today's demo, I'll be covering the following topics, right? Why Python? Already we have got many programming languages, why again Python required? And Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently introduced. It was introduced in the year 1989. Why all of a sudden Python has got great boom? Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular and who can learn Python? There are no prerequisites for learning Python. Anybody can update with Python, right? The Python syntaxes looks very simple, looks like normal English statements, right? I will be just briefing you by taking some examples. I'll take a task and I'll try to implement the task in multiple programming languages. Can just check how simple the Python statements as compared with other programming, and how Python was built by taking the features or advantages from different other programmings. It was built by taking some advantages from multiple programming languages. That's why we call Python as a hybrid language. And Python real-time applications, what type of applications we are creating today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Who are using Python today? Python usage. Which companies are using Python? Topmost applications built by using Python. Python comparison with other programming language. You can just check coding wise, length wise, complexity wise. You can compare Python code with other programming, right? Reasons why Python is suddenly super popular, and Python scope, the scope of Python and job market of Python currently, and what will be the scope of Python in the coming years, right? Yes. Starting with why, okay, I'll be giving time for your general queries at the end of the session. So starting with why Python? Why Python? Python is a general purpose programming. It's a general purpose programming language. What do you mean by general purpose programming? So before Python, there were some programming languages. If you heard about the programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL, these programming languages are purpose-based. These are purpose-based languages. They are used for a specific purpose, but not for all the purposes. Pascal and Fortran, these are used for complicated mathematical applications and for scientific application. COBOL for business applications. But a language which is suitable for developing any kind of application, such a language we call it as general purpose programming language. So Python is such a kind of programming where we can develop any kind of application. It's a general purpose. It's not like purpose based. It is not for particular purpose, right? Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python, like automation applications. Python mostly used in automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, desktop applications, networking applications. So in this way, wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. It's a general purpose, not for a particular purpose, right? Multi-programming features. Multi-programming features, right? Okay. Python has taken advantages or features from different programming languages. It has taken some advantages from one programming, the other advantages from other programming. In this way, from multiple programming languages, it has taken the features. That's why we call it as multi-programming. What all the features we see in different other programmings, all the features you can see in Python, like procedural oriented features, object oriented features, scripting features, modular programming features, all those we see in Python. That's why we call Python as a hybrid language. High level language. Python is a high level language. There are two types of languages. You observe two types of languages. Two types of languages, right? Yes. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages and high level languages. Low level languages, example of low level languages, right? Yes. Assembly level language or machine level language. Assembly level languages or machine level language, right? These low level languages, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. Secondly, they are not portable. And machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating system. Machine dependent. Low level languages, not human understandable. They are not portable and machine dependent.
The meaning of portable?
So, okay. We cannot carry from one system to other system, right? So it's not portable. They're not human understandable. They're machine dependent, cannot run on all the hardware on all the operating systems. High level languages. Python comes as a high level language. Yes, it's human understandable, looks like normal English statements, it's portable and machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. Human understandable, it's portable and machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. Okay. Interpreted language. Python is a interpreted language. We can see like two categories, right? See this? We have got compilation languages, interpretation languages. Compilation languages like C language, interpretation like Python. See, like compilation means if you got some lines of code, it executes the entire code at once and displays if any errors are there. But interpretation means line by line execution, statement by statement execution, line by line execution, which makes debugging easy, right? Statement by statement, it executes. If you get error in this particular statement, it won't execute the remaining statements. Abnormal termination is it. So Python is a interpreted language, interpretation, line by line execution. It won't execute the code at once. Statement by statement, it executes. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statement. Okay. Okay. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statement. So Python is a general purpose programming, multi-programming features we see, high-level language, interpreted language, user-friendly programming. Okay. Python has got what features? Multi-programming features we said, right? Python has procedural oriented programming features. It has got procedural oriented programming features. Example like C language. It has got the features of procedural oriented programming like C language. And Python has got the features of object oriented programming.
But if you can explain what is procedural and what is object oriented.
Object oriented programming, right? Has got the features of object oriented programming like C++, Java. Scripting features. It has got scripting features like Linux shell script. It has got the features of scripting like shell script. It has got the features of modular programming. It has got the features of modular programming features. It has got the features of modular programming, right? So once again, I'm saying, so modular programming like modular 3. So there is no prerequisites for learning Python. Doesn't mean that you need to have the knowledge on C or C++, Java or these things, right? So Python has got these features. As part of our course, we'll be discussing these things: procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting, modular programming, right? So Python has got all these features. What all the features we see in different other programmings like C language, like C++, like Java, like scripting, and this modular programming. So if we combine all these programmings, nothing but Python, right? We can develop any kind of applications. What all the programming languages can do, Python can perform all this, right? We can write automation scripts using Python, like Java or C++, we can develop applications. And like C language, like function, procedural oriented or like functional programming, right? Object oriented programming, modular programming. So as part of the course, we'll be discussing these things, right? And if you take Java, two major programming languages, what we see today, right? Two major programming languages, what we see in today's market, right? For developing enterprise applications, Python and Java, the two major programming languages used. So if you take the statistics, right? If you go back like the 2010 or 2012, right? So Java is mostly preferred. Java is the king in the market, right? Java with 43% used in the market. If you see in the same 2010, right? Python is just 3% used. So if we go back in 2010, none of them knows that there was a programming language like Python. So only very less used, but Java mostly preferred. But if you see 10 years later, 2020, right? Yes. Java usage 19%, Python 31% used. So year by year, the usage of Python is increasing because today, if you see total implementations going in Python, right? Python language, because of this multi-programming features, because of these many features, right? Multi-programming features, we call Python as a hybrid language. Any kind of applications you can develop, general purpose programming, right? So different types of applications we can develop. And today, if we talk about the various high-end technologies, they are using Python as an implementation language. Like if you talk like data science implementing with Python, there is machine learning, deep learning implementation with Python, like big data, like Spark with Python, PySpark, and writing automation scripts in AWS DevOps, in IoT, in robotics, right? Python is preferred. If you talk like the talk of this industry like data science, the total implementation in Python, Java is never preferred for implementing this machine learning techniques, deep learning techniques. So Python is mostly preferred. So the usage of Python has increased. Even today, like web applications creations also, Python is mostly preferred. So I'll just show you some graphs at the end of the session. I'll show you some, I'll open Google and I'll show you some graphs from the Google itself. The mostly used programming language today, the number one ranked programming language today, the mostly used programming language in the industry, right? Okay. Writing many, we are able to write many automation scripts using Python. And for automations, Python scripting is mostly, Python is a scripting language. We can write many automation scripts. Okay. And this big Python has got a great boom today because of this modular program. See, all this we'll be discussing. It's not this procedural oriented, object oriented, modular programming, everything we'll be discussing as part of our course. But because of this modular programming modules, there's a concept like modules. Python has got 89,300 inbuilt modules for different domains, right? Whatever domain you are from, whatever environment you are from, Python has got modules for every domain, right? Like if you're from testing background, or if you're from networking background, or from data science background, or big data background, or database background, Python has got modules for every domain, right? For every environment, it has got modules, not only for computer applications, but also like electronics or civil background. Also, like Python has got modules for CAD applications, for embedded applications, right? For mathematical operations, for generating graphs, right? For everything, Python has got separate modules. Using these modules only, because of these modules or modular programming, today we see like great boom for Python. So if I discuss more on these modules, 89,300 modules it has got. Yes. So Python has got separate modules for data science environment. For data science, right? Python has got separate modules. Like nearly 10 to 15 modules we'll be exploring, right? Python modules for data science environment, like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, right? And even for this big data environment, right? Big data like Spark. We have got separate modules Python has got, right? And even for testing or test cases, right? Yes. And for networking, not only separate module for networking, separate framework Python providing, right? For this networking environment, and even for operating system kinds of activities. The name of the module itself is OS, where Python We can perform different types of OS activities. And for every database, like Oracle, connecting to Oracle, right? It has got a separate module like CX underscore Oracle module. And for MySQL, like PyMySQL or MySQL.connector, a separate module using which Python can easily connect with the databases. Just by writing Python code and executing the Python code, I can create tables in the database. Just by writing Python code, I can perform these SQL operations. I can remove data from database by writing Python code. I can update data, I can delete, I can create table by writing Python code. And if you execute the Python code, you can go and check in the database, table gets created. For every database, for SQL server, right? PyODBC is the module required, right? And for every file format, for every file, we have got a module Python provides. For Excel files, write a Python code to create an Excel file. This will write some 4 to 5 lines of code. If you execute it, a Excel file gets created with whatever name you have specified. And within the Excel file, I want to create sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. By writing Python code itself, execute it, go and check, multiple sheets will be created. You can insert data into this sheet 3. I want to read data from sheet 1, right? Everything we can, by writing Python code itself, we can perform all this. Not only for Excel files, comma separated values, CSV files, any file formats, right? Like JSON files, XML files. We can write Python code to create PDF files. We have got separate models for every file format. The name of the model itself is CSV for CSV. JSON model is there, right? For XML, for PDF, for mathematical operations, math module is there. For statistics, we have got separate models, Python available. Okay. And for generating graphs, any type of graph we can generate using Python. Normal graph, bar graph, histogram, scatter plot, stat plot, pie graph, right? Any type of graphs we can generate. In this way, thousands of modules we have got. We don't need to write huge codings here. Within the module, we have got many built-in functions. Using that functions, we can perform these operations. For example, this math model is there. For example, it's very simple. Just observe this example. You can import that model and use its functionalities. For example, import math. If I want to use this module, import first. And within this, I want to use, okay, within the math module, there is a function called square root. I want to find the square root of 16. That's it. Math dot square root of 16. It gives the output, right? Yeah, that's it. No need to write all the necessary statements. Python, very less coding you see. If you take 100 lines of Java code, I can write within 15 lines in Python. 15 lines of Java code, I can write in 3 to 4 lines in Python. That is what, not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programmings. I'll just take a task and I'll try to implement it and show you, right, how simple the Python statements. So here, import any module. It has got some built-in functionalities. Use the functionalities. You get that. No need to write any codes. What kind of applications are we building? Okay, in this way, like thousands of models we see for different environments. And what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python real-time applications. Python real-time applications, right? What kind of applications are developed today by using Python? Python mostly used in creation of web applications today. Lot of web applications are getting developed today by using Python. Using framework like Python has got a framework like the Django, we say like Django. You may ask, already Java, .NET, all this, they are used from the last 20, 25 years for developing web applications. Why again Python? Means Python has got framework like Django. At a rapid speed, you can develop a web application with very less coding. Already no need to write any codes. Already all the .py files will be available. Yes. And this Django has provides many flexible features. It has got its own database like SQLite. SQLite 3 we say, right? This is the database. It has got its own database. And also we can connect with any other database. Yeah. At a rapid speed, you can develop web applications using Django. So Python mostly used in creation of web applications. And second, mainly Python is used for automation applications. A lot of automation applications are developed today by using Python, using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using technologies like DevOps, all this, right? So if I talk about this IoT, Internet of Things, it is a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics for collecting data, for exchanging data, for controlling the things from the place where you are, right? So it's a system of systems, I can say. It's electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other, right? So here most of this coding goes in Python. The coding, 90% of the coding or implementation going in Python. Even for data science, right? Data science, everything deals with the data. Data has got experience, data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data recommendations. Right? It's a blend of technique, right? The main technique, what we see in data science, ML, machine learning, right? Machine learning, we have got many techniques like regression, classifications, clusterings, recommendations, pattern matching. For all the techniques to implement, we require a language. We require a language to implement, right? To code, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen, mostly used programming for data science environment, where it has got modules for plottings, visualizations, for data analysis, right? Even within this DevOps environment, we write many automation scripts. Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries. So it's used within the for DevOps environment. The main advantage to decrease the life cycle, right? Time taken within the life cycle, right? And apart from this, Python mostly used in another major area like big data environment, even in big data side, right? So like you see like huge data generated today, like not only in KBs, we see data, MBs of data or GBs of data, terabytes, petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, etabytes, sotabytes, right? So on. So yes. TBs, you should have seen TBs of data, but today if you see data is generating in petabytes. 1 petabyte equal to 1024 TBs. 1024 TBs forms 1 petabyte, right? Yes, today like most of the applications generating data in petabytes. Like if you talk example like Facebook, millions and trillions of users for Facebook, data generated by Facebook, not like MBs or GBs, right? In a minute, how many posts and videos are getting circulated, right? Not only like Facebook, today many applications generating huge data. If you take 1 minute transaction itself, they're generating huge data like that. And Facebook is one of the example. Twitter tweets keeps on generating. Google queries, Google generating huge data. YouTube videos upload, right? YouTube videos upload. What should be the storage capacity to store all the videos? Email or Gmail messages. What should be the storage capacity to store all the messages? Or bank transactions, telecom transactions, or e-commerce, Amazon or Flipkart transactions, all this, right? Yes. Everywhere you see like huge data is getting generated like so for this we have got some big data tools available for storing this huge data and for to process this huge data, right? Big data, if you heard about like Hadoop, big data, Hadoop and Spark. So this Hadoop and Spark, they are going to store huge data and process huge data in quick time, especially Spark, right? Very high speed processing in memory computation, we say, which uses Python for its computation. We use like languages like Scala, languages like Python for implementing this, like Spark with Python, like we say, like PySpark. So even like Python used within this big data environment within the Spark. Apart from this, I listed the various other applications we can develop today by using Python. Is Python used for scientific applications? Used for scientific applications, we have got a module called CP. CP nothing but scientific Python. Even for numerical analysis, right? For NumPy, we have got a module called NumPy, numerical Python. And for graphical user interface or for animations, right? We have got models like tkinter, pyqt modules available. Yes, for gaming or game development, right? Even in this gaming, right? Even we have got a lot of games getting developed today by using Python. Like separate frameworks, Python is providing for gaming environment like Pygame. Pygame, right? The most important framework given by Python for developing games. Not only Pygame, another framework like PyCora. PyCora, another framework given by Python for developing games. And for 3D games or 3D rendering library, we got like PySoy. And apart from this, Python is used for scheduling tasks. It is used for scheduling tasks, for testing or test cases, for software development, right? Even like software developers make use of Python as a support language. And for business applications, Python is one of the best scripting language. Python is one of the best language to develop e-commerce sites for business applications. And one of the hottest application of Python, like database applications. Without database, there is no web application, right? Database applications. Python can connect with any database. It has got its own database. Can also connect with any database, right? Yes. Even for networking applications. For networking applications, Python providing separate framework like Twisted Python, right? And for web scraping data from different websites like Amazon, Flipkart. We have got models like URL BS4 modules for this, right? And not only for computer applications, for other applications, even for CAD, 3D CAD applications, Python is preferred. For embedded applications, right? One of the famous embedded application, Raspberry Pi, right? Which uses Python for its computation, right? Apart from this, for computer vision, for color detection, for object detections, face detections, right? We use this. And for robotics, and for desktop applications creations, single user console applications, right? We go. So these are some of those, right? So Python mostly used in web applications, in automation applications, in gaming, right? In business applications, in database applications, right? So who are using Python today? Just I'll take 5-10 minutes more, right? Who are using Python today? Means which companies are using Python and topmost applications built using Python. So Google using Python for its web search system. Google is one of the best example of Python web application, right? Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python. Instagram built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram to choose for Python is Python practicality and its hybrid features. Even today, NASA is using Python for its research and development activities, where it can use Python accordingly as multi-programming features. And many other applications, if you heard about applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, they're built using Python. And the famous OTT platform like Netflix using Python for its security, automation, and subscription related things. And we have got some Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python scripting, right? And MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Massively multiplayer online games, right? Yes. And apart from this, Python, BitTorrent using Python for it. iRobot for military and commercial applications, right? And the companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this, they use Python for hardware testing purpose. So these are some of those examples that which are using Python today, like many companies, many applications built using Python today, right? Yes. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? So the first thing, if you see, most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python and migrating towards Python because of its very less coding. In this tomorrow session, just I'll be briefing you about the coding, how it looks like as compared with other programmings. Secondly, simple syntax is given by Python, which looks like normal English statements. Multi-programming features, hybrid features we see, and interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Interactive mode given by Python. If you see this in the bottom search panel, type CMD and go to this command prompt. And just type Python if you have got Python installed. Yes. 3.11.4 is the version. You can see this 3 arrow symbol, Python interpreter, right? Okay. Any 3 plus 4. Any valid Python statements you can type here. X as 10, Y as 2. What is X value? What is Y value? What is X plus Y? X into Y. X to the power of Y. Power symbol. X equal to HELLO. X into 3. X into 5. Hello for 5 times, right? Any valid statements you can type and you can interact This is what interactive mode given by Python. For statement by statement, we can interact. For every statement, it gives response. We won't see this kind of interaction in other programming languages. And apart from this wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. Wide varieties of applications, that's what I discussed. And many built-in libraries, we see many built-in libraries. Right, like thousands of modules it has got, and lakhs of functions we have got, right? Python has got perform the operations. And if you see this scope of Python, job market of Python, right? See, if I open Google and just say the #1 ranked programming language today, most popular coding language, I'm typing most popular coding language right now. So this most popular coding language right now. I'm sorry. The most popular programming language, Python, is mostly preferred. Next comes Java, JavaScript. Python remains the most popular programming language. Okay. Most popular programming language used by top 25 unicorns, right? Python, next comes Java, JavaScript. So this most popular programming language, Python, JavaScript, Java. So the most in demand programming language, right? If you check most in demand programming languages in 2021-22. Yes. Python, Java, JavaScript. If you see this graph, if you observe this graph, right? The big circle, whatever the big circle you see, right? Python, I was just saying 31% used in the industry. Java 19% used. C++ around 10% used. C 6%. JavaScript, the usage of different programming languages, right? Yes. Even if you observe it, ranking wise, Python stands #1 ranked. And based on average salary, Python are based on volume of job openings, Python and SQL stands right first. So here you can see like Python is the #1 ranked programming. Even rankings are given. Okay, even if you see that Python jobs today, right? A lot of jobs for Python. Just to type Python jobs. Lot of Python 22,000 Python job vacancies in Hyderabad. Okay, 1,000+ Python developer jobs. Not only this, like if you see even for Django jobs, you can say Django jobs. That is framework of Python. 23,000 Django job vacancies in July. 2,300 Django jobs and vacancies on 25th July. So a lot of jobs. And if you see the course content, what I'll be discussing, right? Like in brief, in depth, we'll be discussing about this Python core advanced application oriented modules. So Python full stack web development. You can just go with Python basics, why Python, history, applications, features, advantages, versions, installations, flavors. Python operations like modes of execution, batch mode, editors, IDs, data types, constants, variables, comments, input output statements, type conversions, escape sequences, strings, string indexes, string slicing, right? And operators in Python. Different types of operators supported by Python. And IDE is supported. In real time, we use Python. IDE is integrated development environments. Like we use like PyCharm, Spider, Jupyter, Eclipse, right? Anaconda distribution, Anaconda prompt navigator, right? Flow control statements, the basic Python like flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, collections in Python, different types of collections, list, tuple, sets, dictionaries, their operations, their addresses, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list modifications. Similarly for tuple operations, set operations, dictionary operations, functions in Python, different types, different categories, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword arguments, different types of functions, lambda function, reduce function, map function, filter function, right? Modules in Python. What is a module? Different ways of importing, renaming a model, reloading a model, packages in Python, errors and exceptions, right? File handling, how to working with different types of files, how to open a file, reading, writing data to files. Object-oriented programming is brief, right? So what is static variable, non-static, object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, right? Constructors, destructors, garbage collector, right? Regular expressions, how to extract required data from the given data, right? So we have got regular expression model. I'll be discussing different modules related to different environments. Some models related to regular expression, some related to database, some related to big data, some related to data science, some related to graphics, some models related to operating system. So different types of modules and how to create our own modules. Database connectivity, I'll be showing the installation of one database like MySQL, how to create work with this database operations, how to connect with this database, performing various database related operations, and some data and time related operating system module, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closers, decorators, web scraping, working with different file formats, and GUI graphical programming, Excel, working with Excel workbook, creating Excel files, data analytics, models like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib model, introduction to this data science, and the Python Pandas module in brief, Pandas, how to create Pandas from these different files, creating data frames from creating data frames from JSON, data frames from CSV Excel, data frames from databases, and even Python NumPy module in brief, 2D, 3D arrays, NumPy, mathematical operations, flattening, reshaping, line spacing, right, manipulations, and Python Matplotlib for plotting and visualizations for generating different types of graphs, normal graph, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot. So this 30 topics, 30 for both Python code and advanced programming, I'll be discussing in brief, right, with many working examples. Apart from that, people who wants to go for Python full stack web development, right? Apart from Python, people might be choosing Python core and advanced, and people who go for total package, Python pack full stack, right? Like which includes framework like Django framework, introduction, web frameworks, Django installation, project architecture, application creation, Django views, templates, admin models, advanced concepts, Django ORM, right? So I'll be just showing you nearly around 15 applications in Django, right? Applications creations, right? You'll be doing parallelly along with me. It's hands-on. And UI technologies required, web development technologies, right? Like HTML in brief, HTML, all these elements, CSS, cascading style sheets, and JavaScript. I'll be discussing part of JavaScript along with Bootstrap. and MySQL, right? So this is as part of this course. Python here, yes. So here Python core advanced application oriented modules. So nearly I'll be spending 70 hours on this Python, right? You will get a great command on this Python by the end of this course. And nearly 2 to 2.5 months we go for this Python. Apart from this Python, are people who go for full stack, right? So web development technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and part of Bootstrap, plus Django framework, Django applications creations, plus project. So this everything. If you here, right, if you want to go right, the fee structure for Python, it's only like 5,000. It's a offer batch, it's 5,000, and for this remaining things, it's like 7K. So combinedly, if you take, it will be like 12K. But as an offer, if you're going with total full stack, it is 10K. Total full stack, right? And this it also takes 2 months. This web development, this framework, everything takes 2 more months. Totally 4 months. But if you want, you can also go parallelly in the weekdays from Monday to Friday, like Python. Saturday and Sunday, many weekend batches are there for this web development, Django, all these things, right? Yes. So if you got any queries, you can just go with your queries. If you got any, and tomorrow you can attend the session same time using the same link to see more on this Python. I'll be briefing you more about this Python statements, the coding wise, length wise, how it looks. Right. If you got any queries, as it's a demo session, I was speaking most of the time, but in the normal sessions, right, for every statement I type, you'll be responding, right, through voice or through chat panel. So every session is video recorded. You will be getting the recorded video of the session that day itself, and soft copy of this classroom notes. Yes. And assignments and tasks will be provided, right, topic wise. Okay. Now, if you've got any queries, you can go with your queries, right? Yes.
So, sir, the class is Monday to Friday.
Yes, Monday to Friday, the class will be, right?
Okay, not Saturday. Not Friday. And
Sometime,
will be, yeah, please go.
yes, sometimes on Saturdays, whenever I'm free, I'll be pre-intimating, right? But not all Saturdays.
Okay. And will we also get any assignment to do at early?
Yes, definitely. Just with the assignments only, you can build your own code, right? You will get the get command on this programming.
How long will be the class?
Pardon?
Each class will be how long?
So 6 to 7 daily 1 hour class, right?
Daily 1 hour. Okay.
And so timing will be the same after demo classes?
Same timing, 6 to 7.
Okay.
6 a.m. to 6 a.m. IST, it starts daily.
Okay.
And sir, for that full stack like that Django and all those web programming skills, we have to sir pay extra 5,000, right, sir?
So for Python, it's only 5,000. And if you want to take the entire package, right, it's 10,000.
Okay,
Extra.
sir. And those classes will be there on Saturday, Sunday, or sir after completion of these 2 months?
So most of those batches will be on Saturdays, Sundays. 2 hours
Okay,
on
sir.
Saturday.
From this weekend, we are going to start, sir, that batch for Django and
Yes.
or after completion of sir these 2 months.
So once you get
But
once
can we have a class after completing this basic thing, then we can go for that?
yes, once you get enrolled, right, with full stack, if you have got enrolled with full stack, you can attend any of my batch, right? Whenever it starts, any new Django batch starting in the coming days, or if you want to do after completing Python, you can go after it. Or if you want to go parallel,
But people like me, we don't know anything about Python, but I want to learn the Python. Then I want to go for the second part, the advanced part, like framework all that.
If you go parallelly also, immediately we won't see anything related to first that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, which is nowhere related to Python, right? So first it will be discussed like
Okay, so
HTML,
you meant to
CSS.
say it's our choice, sir, right?
Yes. So immediately, like even if you go like parallelly, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, these things will be discussed, which takes nearly 1 month time. By the time this Python core gets completed, right?
Sir, the another benefit you want to say is if we attend this batch in this upcoming Saturday, Sunday, sir, in the 2 months of duration, we will complete both the things, sir, right? Full stack
Yes.
and as well as the core Python you meant to say within 3 months max.
Yes. 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 So
The class timing is 6 o'clock, or we can make it 7. What is it? Is it just
no,
you
no,
already fixed by 6 o'clock?
this batch is for 6 o'clock only.
See, I am in Kuwait. It's a 3:30 early morning.
Mhm. It's 3:30
If you have any idea to change the time, let us know.
No. For you, if you want people, if you're not able to go with this timing, there will be some evening batch at 7 p.m. The coming at evening 7 p.m.
It is there 7 p.m. class?
Not now. After 1 week, it will be starting, right? Yes.
Sir, about demo classes, sir, it will be there for 5 days, no, sir?
Yes. For next 4 days, you can attend, right? Everyone, you can attend for the next 4 days
Yes, sir.
to see more on this Python, right? Everyone.
Okay, sir.
The evening class also you will take, sir, or who will take?
Yeah, I'll be taking it, but when is the date is not fixed, but it will be nearly after 1 week, it will be starting.
Sir, after if we attend, sir, those full stack Python like Django, etc., sir, we have to pay, sir, 10,000 after completion of this 2 months course. We are able to pay only 5,000 and gets continue with that batch. Or you mean to say we have to give 2,000 extra if we paid the fee after completion of this basic Python course, sir?
So yes, I said total package, if you want to can go for 10,000, right? But if you want separately Python later, if you want to know, you need to go for 7K for it.
Okay, if we make early payment, then we will get benefit of 2,000 in
Yes,
this upcoming 5 days, you meant to say, sir.
yes.
All right, sir.
So
Sir, Vijay sir, hello.
yes.
Sir, yeah, sir. Now we are. If I am paying for 6 a.m. batch, and if I couldn't attend, can I later join to 7 p.m. batch with the same fee?
Yes. People, if people who are job holders, right? If because of some shift change, other things, right? If you're unable to, just you can intimate and you can just attend any of my other batch, Python batch.
Okay.
Not
Thank
only
Any, sir,
7.
upcoming batch we are able to attend if we find some issues with this timing or, sir,
Yes,
if our
yes,
shift get changes.
yes.
Because, sir, you have mentioned that it
Not
is not
only
transferable.
not only this 6 a.m. If any new batch starts at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. in this morning, or any not upcoming 7 p.m. or any batches starts at evening 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. also, you can attend it. But you need to intimate before you join, right?
All
Means,
right, thank you, sir.
yeah. So once you enroll, right, any of my course like Python or Django, you can attend any of my Python or Django, right? Fine.
And in case we want to repeat any lectures, so like we can go in your other class.
If you want to go, yes, even some people, because of very less time, if you want to complete it fast, you can attend multiple batches of mine. Means people sometimes multiple topics attending parallelly, right? Already ongoing batches also you can attend if anyone time constraint. For example, any database concepts I have started, I'll ask them to join, right? People who have got very less time, if you want to complete in 1 month like that.
In that case, if we want to attend other batches of yours, how to approach you?
So you need to intimate me, sir. I have got very less time, like I need to complete within 1 month, like, so I'll ask you to attend Python in multiple batches.
No, that's okay. But how to approach you, like by mail or what?
Yes,
How to intimate?
there'll be a WhatsApp group for your batch, right? After
Oh.
after 4 days, right? A WhatsApp group will be created for your batch for direct interaction with me.
Oh, okay. Good. Thank you.
Sir, I have a doubt. Once we completed that core Java, that 2 months course, will be starting with web development like front end HTML, CSS. Whether we have to try any real time project like
Yes, I said right. Total web development will be discussed. The Django framework will be discussed. One project will be discussed, right?
okay.
And sir, one last question. Sir, is there any certification we will get after completion of this course?
Yes, from DURGASOFT you'll be getting a certificate, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And people who wants to go for any certification program, like even like Microsoft certification, other certifications with Python, I'll be saying like what is the course content, what is syllabus, how this performance will be measured, and they'll be just testing you with the core concepts, right? I'll take session on that. Fine. So if I'm done with your queries, if there are no other queries, I'll sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 6 o'clock with the same link, right? Still, if you've got queries,
Thank
you
you,
can
sir.
ask me in the tomorrow session, right? Thank you all for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Meet
Thank
you
you,
you.
sir. Have a
Bye.
good day.